Welcome back to RLPC, everybody. Sorry for that delay, we had some technical issues. But we're back for a little Maverick matchup, and I'm joined with Soy Saurus. How you doing, Soy?
I am good, and I'm excited. This one should be a pretty good matchup.
Indeed it is. Both teams going in, I believe, tied for record. Is that right?
Yes, this is Yetis and Camels. Both teams have a record of 6-6. Or sorry, 6-4, I should say.
I mean, you might be predicting the future, but looking at divisions, the Yetis are second in the division behind the Tides, and the Camels are also second in the division behind the Macaws. Both of them, however, are only one game back from taking that first playoff seed, so who knows? This might be the one to clinch it.
Yeah, I remember last week I casted the Yetis game, and the Yetis division I remember being very close. I mean, the difference between first place and last place in that division I think was only about a game or so. So that division is very, tightly contested. For the Camels, they had a very hot start to the season. I believe they were early on. They had about a 4-game win streak, and then recently they've kind of fallen off. They're on a 2-game losing streak as of right now. Fell to the Zebras and the Mages, so they're kind of looking for this game to help them get back on track.
Definitely, and it just occurred to me that I am on stream right now. Hi, stream. You can see me. But we are a little bit behind, so I do want to get into this game. So I believe they're all set to join since we are all in.
It looks like it. And the player I want to focus on for this set is, for both teams, for the Camels, Docile, I believe, is going to be in this game. Docile is one of the highlight reel players for the Camels. He leads the team in both goals and saves, so look for him to be a big impact player. And for the Yetis, their key last week was chemistry. It was really the telltale sign for that team. It felt like a lot of their plays were more connected, and they were able to take advantage of that over the Otters, I believe, that they played. So I'm looking for them to try and get that chemistry going, especially with players like Know You and Don't Take My Rock.
Mm-hmm. And I believe we have a little bit of a stream malfunction right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Yetis appear on the left side. That's a goal already from the Camels. And yes, the Camels are on the left side, so the Corpians and the Yetis are on the left side. Sorry, the Camels are on the right side instead of the... Okay, we fixed it. Go ahead.
No worries. But yeah, no, Cadron gets up early and just is able to get that one down real quick. No one with a lot of boost on the Yeti side to answer, but look at the counterattack here from the Yetis, and that's something they do very well. They get up to these aerials very early. It's about that confidence and going for some of these reads.
Definitely, and they're looking to get some momentum here, but is shut down in the midfield. Caden with a great pass middle, might be an open net, put high, still kind of open. Don't Take My Rock, look at a 50 in the middle. No one's there to follow it up. Buddha getting it off the backboard for himself. Might get a double touch here. Does, but Yutzi able to get a good save there. Now, if I remember correctly, Yutzi was kind of a defensive powerhouse last game in the stream on last Tuesday as well. And a goal there from Cadron.
Yeah, Yutzi, I believe, averages the most saves on this team. He was definitely a stalwart defenseman, but here, it feels like the Yetis are kind of getting caught out on this back wall and not a lot of boost to work with, and a couple of awkward plays up the wall to make, and that's how the Camels have really taken advantage here early.
Looking to keep their lead now. The Camels trying to clear out their own half. Know You will get a 50 in the middle. Don't Take My Rock. Double commit there. Might be dangerous, but no. Oh, another opportunity. Missed to the side. Hydro trying to get a flick out. Will not get it. Buddha taking his time on the ball. Taking a lot of time on the ball, actually. Now, put middle Yutzi going for a 50. Don't Take My Rock looking for space here. Gets denied. Buddha stealing the boost there instead of going for the ball. Leaves it for Hydra, who almost gets a good double touch there.
That's twice now they've been able to get that double tap, and again, it's that backboard play that seems to be open for the Camels right now.
Hydra going for a bump on the offensive man. It's an interesting touch there from the Yetis. Might not work out for them as well as they'd like it to. A bump on own teammate there from a Camels player. but Hydra is back to recover. Kadrian looked for a pass there, but was not able to connect. Same thing with Rock. No you. Clearing it out to Yutzi, who's up for this ball in the corner. Kadrian will get it long, clear, and a lot of ping-pong action these first 2 minutes.
Yeah, it feels like there's a decent amount of control here for the Yetis as they take that shot, but it feels like the quality of chances are kind of getting slowed down in the corner here. They don't have a whole lot of great shots on net, where it feels like the chances for the Camels just keep piling up.
And you mentioned it last Tuesday. It's all about that the quality over quantity, and the shots from the Yetis right now. The quantity is low, and the quality is also not as high as it should be that they need to as of right now. Yutzi getting a good 50 though on the kickoff. No you might score it here, and that's 1-3.
I mean, this is all no you right off the kickoff. Like you said, this thing goes off the backboard. Great job there by Yutzi, and no you just has the read on the ball, and the Camels defenders are just kind of caught there watching the play happen instead of cutting off that angle.
That's exactly what the Yetis need if they want to come back in this game, as Yutzi wins another kickoff and is put middle. Both players pre-jumping for that ball, and might not be the best idea for the Yetis. Hydra looking to counterattack here. Ball now stuck in the offensive corner for quite some time, as Yutzi will not get a pinch there. Passes it back to No You. No You keeping possession of the ball on the wall here. That's well played from him. Buddha getting out of his own zone. Don't Take My Rock will not get the best touch off the wall. Almost a dangerous play in the middle. Hydra now looking to swing this one up, and he will. Kadrian getting some sort of a bang here. Might be on target. Don't Take My Rock will say no thank you to that shot, and it's going back middle yet again. Open net here. Oh my gosh, Kadrian. That needs to go in.
It might still find its way. Yeah, Docile able to clean up the play there, and it just felt like the Yetis were a step behind the entire past 15 seconds there, losing some challenges, giving up too much space. It just felt like the momentum is starting to fall the Camels' way.
Yeah, they're certainly on the back foot there, and they need to plant their feet and get some momentum if they want to come back in this game, as UC's getting bumped on the wall here. Recovered, now going for the ball, and gets beat completely. Rock left last back here. Might be an opportunity for a shot, and there is, as Buddha will not get the greatest clear. No you will leave that ball for Kadrian, who gets another double touch. So much backboard space here for the Camels. Speaking of backboard space, Docile will go off his own and gets 50 in the mid. It might go in here, as there might be a bump, and there is. What a play.
Yeah, great stuff. Don't Take My Rock just finds themselves behind the play here after their first attempt at the ball, and just sees the opportunity and has enough boost to make the play.
And I love that vision, especially in these lower independent leagues. Just having the ability to recognize where you're on the field, and if there are better options for you, is super important in progressing in your gameplay, and that's all about what we strive for in the RLPC, just getting better. And that's exactly what these teams are trying to do here. Don't Take My Rock will put this one up for himself. That's a great shot, a large one. Kadrian will recover in time, but leaves it for Yutzi, who will get some more backboard space. Kadrian kind of chasing on defense here, but it's working out for him. And likely a long shot here from the Camels. Nothing to come of it though, only 15 seconds left in the game, so something needs to happen for them if they want to come back in the series, and this might be the breakaway that they need. But it is not. And just a long clear here. About to go into garbage time, and it's not looking so great for the Yetis. What needs to change if they want to come back in game 2?
Well, we saw them have a couple of opportunities, as it looks like they'll get one for the road here. I appreciate that the game was done, but why not give them one for the road, right? No, I think that the Yetis had their opportunities, but I think they kind of got a little predictable, more or less. It felt like the first half of the game, a lot of their offense and centers came from plays off the corner, off the wall, a little easier to read. Whereas the Camels, it felt like they had all the space to go for the air dribbles, to use the backboard, things excuse me, like that. So I feel like the adjustment for the Yetis is to really get after the ball and, try focus on winning the challenges first and cutting down on the space that you're giving your opponent.
hmm And this matchup's pretty interesting because even though they have a similar record, this specific Yetis versus Camels game is not super important for either of them, considering how they are in different conferences and not fighting for any of the same playoff seeds. So I'd really like to see the Yetis here, especially try and switch up their play style and try something new, especially since it can't really hurt them in the long run.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I mean, the other note here is that the Yetis in their last series, it was a team where they were always one step ahead, and then the Otters ended up making the adjustment to come back. So now we get to see if the Yetis are a team that can kind of fight from behind. Can they make the adjustment? Because the Camels, they have a plus 14 goal differential. They do not lose leads when they have them. So this is a big test, really, for the Yetis.
And we just saw all 6 players go for that one singular ball, so that was a little interesting. But No You will get back in time, fortunately. And another really early commit there from the Camels this time, though. Breakaway on the other side of the field now. Little miss there from a Yetis player, but it works out as Yuti goes for a bump here, does not find one. Hydra looking for a possible ceiling shot here, gets denied, though, if I don't take my rock. And a shot on target. Yuti will save it away, clearing it to the wide area. And No You will sweep across and get a large clear. And an even larger touch at the end. Buddha just leaving this ball for another defender to come and sweep it up as Caden will take this ball up the wall. Now putting it middle. It's a great opportunity for Buddha, who does not make contact with the ball.
Just misread it there. It was just off. I think he jumped early and tried to read the play, but that's just something that they'll adjust to early. Docile. I didn't even see him come out there.
I mean, yeah, coming out of nowhere, I believe the Yetis player just kind of was on the wall there, not really in position that he needed to be. And, counterattacks are kind of a Camel strong suit, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a plus 14 goal differential, it feels like offense just in general is the strong suit, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I do like from the Yetis is that it feels like on defense, they do a very good job of kind of killing the play, where, Yutzi, especially in the corner, can buy his team a bunch of time to get themselves ready. But it's about, for them clearing the zone and, setting up the offense, because once again, with about 3:20 left here, they find themselves on the back foot.
And it's about what you said earlier in the pregame talk, that they need to figure out where they want to lead from their own back foot. And it's just, they need to get some offensive pressure, and right now they're not having any as this ball might go middle for the other team. And Buddha will keep it there, but Yutzi will 50 it away again. And still on the ball now, Yutzi will try and put it middle. Does not. Leaving it for Don't Take My Rock, who might get a shot on target there. And Yutzi on the wall now, looking for a settle mid, but No Use a little out of position for that ball, a little dangerous for Caden. Yutzi still going for the ball though, denies that. Almost an open shot there. And the ball is rolling up middle now. That's a great opportunity for No You, who puts it a little too far down.
He kind of ran out of boost there. He only had 6 left, and he got an awkward touch that dropped it down, but it didn't have enough power behind it. And it feels like the Yetis, a lot of their plays here on the opportunity can't connect there, but it feels like a lot of their opportunities are coming from solo efforts. Yutzi here trying to just stall for time, players like No You going up for those aerials. It feels like it's a bunch of individual efforts that they aren't able to really capitalize on.
That's a great bump from Yutzi, as unfortunately there's no player to follow up with it. And another great pass from Yutzi, but that's a great bang from the Camels player, and it's free off the backboard, but somebody was pre-jumping that for some reason, and Yutzi with an open net here. Kadrin recovers though. Pressure still on for the Yetis as this ball is rolling middle, and yet Docile Hydra is there. And Buddha now up looking for some sort of pass to Hydra yet again. And Cajun will take this ball off the wall. Possession handed back to the Yetis, looking for a counterattack here. It's just a lot of corner action in the Yetis on defensive end right now, and they need to get it clear here. And if they don't want to concede, and they might, and they do get the clear, actually.
An awkward play there, but for the Camels, their positioning is point perfect right now. I mean, you can tell the Yetis are really struggling to try and clear this ball away, and that's just due to, a clean rotation from the Camels.
And an opportunity there from Yetis, saved away by Hydra. Yetis kind of all over the field right now in a good way. Like, he's getting the shots that the Yetis need, but he's also getting the saves that they deserve on defense right now.
Yeah, he's flying around, getting every touch he can on the ball, which is really throwing off the Camels, and it's going to lead to this opportunity for Don't Take My Rock.
Yeah, Yetis, again, just where he needs to be, and I'm really liking his positioning right now. He's looking really strong on the field.
Yeah, it feels like he's got a good sense of, where the ball is going to be, and he's able to read it pretty well. And so I think that's kind of the adjustment now for No You and Don't Take My Rock to make. They have to be able to read the field and read the play where this ball is going to go, because it felt like the Camels off the start had the earlier read on the game flow.
But it all comes down to this last 30 seconds of the game, or overtime, since we are tied right now. Ball over rolling middle for a Yetis player. Now on the exact opposite side. What a bump! Oh my gosh, Hydra.
That was my jaw dropped the second I saw this back player. Yetis goes up for this, and Buddha the recognition is so quick. He realizes, oh, this is the last guy back. This is all I have to do, and immediately goes up and gets the bump.
If that bump came even a second later, that ball would have been saved away. So that was really great speed from him, putting the Camels up 2-1 in this game, almost up 2-0 in this. Oh, man, don't want to speak too soon there. Don't Take My Rock will stall some time in the middle, but no defender, or offensive player of his own team, rather, won't be there. It's a good touch there from No You, though, leaving the ball for some space, but nobody will capitalize on it.
Yeah, and once again, it felt like the Camels, once they grabbed the lead, they kind of held on. Their rotation, was too clean. And the other note I want to make here is that how many demos or bumps did we see from the Yetis? Because it felt like they went for a lot of demos and bumps, but they didn't connect on a ton of them. Meanwhile, the Camels' one real bump came at the most critical point in the game.
Yeah, definitely. And again, it's like quantity over quality. The Yetis had the quantity of bumps, or at least they attempted them and didn't come out with them. And the Camels only went for them a few times, but it's when it really mattered. So maybe bumps, at least the attempts are not working out for the Yetis. They need to just rotate back instead, because a lot of these Camels' goals are from counterattacks. So maybe instead of spending all their time in that offensive zone going for those bumps, they can just start rotating back a little bit earlier to prevent that counterattack that is so fatal.
Right, and it's one thing too, at this level, it's kind of when you make a play on the ball and the ball just kind of gets past you, or you lose a challenge and you don't have another play, it's so easy to turn and think, okay, well, my next, my teammate's going to get the next challenge. If I can get a bump or a demo on the third guy, it's going to be an open net, right? But that's where the Camels have kind of, won the game, is because they're winning that second challenge. They're winning that first and second challenge. So the third man, it doesn't really matter if they get the bump or not. The positioning is just there.
And a little early game question for you here. Are you seeing a sweep for the Camels?
It's so tough. The way the Camels have came out these first two games, I think so, because Docile, I think, wants to end this one early.
Yeah, I mean, Yetis just caught a little bit. I don't know. He just got caught a little bit on the wall there, just not in the right position at all for that.
I mean, playing the ball off the wall sometimes it can be really awkward depending on the angle that you take. So right there, I just think he didn't expect the fast bounce, and it caught him off guard. But speaking of being caught off guard, No You capitalizes.
He really said No You. And just another open net for the Yetis this time, which we haven't seen a lot of. The Camels defense, I have to say, when we're on defense at least, has been relatively solid in rotation. There has not been many open nets, as we just saw.
Yeah, and I think that one, I mean, it's got to be on catering there to either stall for a little bit more time or just get a better initial touch on the ball, because that's got to leave the third man a little. You got to buy the third man a little bit of extra time, or at least chip it up for someone else because he didn't have a whole lot of boost. But someone's got to make a touch on the backboard here.
Yeah, it's just the backboard space has been killer, especially the space that the Yetis have given to the Camels because they've been not missing these backboard reads or touches at all.
Yeah, and again, I mean, just the chip up to the backboard, it felt Yetis was up for it. Yetis trying to make a bunch of these plays, and I wonder if it's throwing off the Yetis rotation at all, right? Because if a player's just flying around the field at mock pace, right, it's hard to kind of get a read of where he's going to be next.
And it's going to be interesting to see how they adjust for the remainder 4 minutes of this game. Will Yetis, calm down a little bit and go more into rotation, or will know you to score this open, not even an open net, just a banger of a shot? But what I was trying to say is, will Yetis kind of calm down a little bit and get into rotation, or will the other two, Know You and Don't Take My Rock, just play a little more passive and let Yetis do his thing?
I don't know if that flip was intentional by Yetis right there, but Yetis looked like he was going for the ball and then flipped away, and that allowed Know You to take the shot, and that was really good recognition too, because Know You's shot had a way better angle, way more power to it than what Yetis could have had. So, good on you if it was intentional.
And especially
that's when you spam calculated in the chat.
Oh yeah. That's when I like to say I faked it. And the comms.
Yeah,
Speaking of comms, I think the Yetis have really picked it up in terms of their comms this game. There's not been a lot of double commits. There's been really solid midfield presence.
Yeah, absolutely. And it feels like that was the kind of adjustment that really won them the last set. And Know You here sneaking it in the bottom corner.
That is a hat trick for him, and it looks like Rock right now on 12 points will thank him and his back for the carry.
Yeah, and right there, it was Yetis once again, being aggressive and kind of disrupting the Camels rotation, something we didn't really see throughout the first two games. Finally starting to get a few of those bumps and mess up this clean rotation that the Camels have had.
Yeah, and I mean, I believe this is the first time the Yetis have been up all series, so it'll be interesting to see if they can keep that lead, because their defense is really under attack right now from the Camels.
Yeah, and we talked about quality versus quantity. It feels like right now all the momentum is on the Yetis side, the way that they've been able to score here, but this is a dangerous clear.
Speaking of dangerous, it's still up, and whoa, almost a great 50 there from Buddha, but Yetis is in the right position yet again.
Huge save there by Yetis.
Might be another fake? No. Don't Take My Rock says, don't fake me. It will end up just not falling for anything today. Cadron, though, with a good opportunity here, put a little bit wide, cleared away by Don't Take My Rock. Pressure still on the Yeti's side as Docile Hydra keeps it in the middle. A miss there from Yetis, and a miss there from Don't Take My Rock as well. Leaves an open shot there for Buddha. Puts it up a little bit to Know You. And Cadron looking to put it off the backboard. Know You's a little awkward. Buddha with some space in the midfield now. Let's see what he does. And he puts it wide to ooh, good. I don't know what's happening. It's an open net though, and a great 50 from Cadron.
I'll tell you what happened. The Yetis got boost starved so hard for about a full 30 seconds. I think all three of these guys were working on roughly 30 boosts. The corners just would not spawn, and when they did, there was a Camels player there and waiting, and then right at the very end, that was a hard read on the dunk to go for that. He knew he had to clear the ball across. It was his only play, and he just went full force into it to tie the game up.
Yetis lost the opportunity to try and preserve their lead. Now they have to earn it back as this might be in as a 50, just off wide. Great bump there as the Yetis player clears away one defender. Know You looking off the backboard here. And that's an unfortunate touch from Yetis. It might be an open net here for Buddha if he can get there in time, but he's low on boost and 360ing apparently. And now Rock getting some open space here, getting a nice touch off the ground. And opportunity there from Don't Take My Rock, almost on target. And a great dunk from Cadron. Counterattack on now for the Camels as Rock will try and clear it out, but Docile will shut that one down. And a great 50 there from Buddha. Open net yet again. Oh, own goal? No, that was Docile Hydra who is on the Camels. He will score that one.
The 50-50s from the Camels right now are on point. Buddha, Cadron winning their challenges, and Docile is there to clean up the play.
I have to say these team colors are really throwing me off. I get a little confused on who's with who, but the who's winning right now is the Camels, and Docile Hydra not getting that backboard touch. And Buddha looking for a 50th in mid to keep the pressure on the Yetis, who need to win this game if they want to come back and at least attempt the reverse sweep. Great demo there from Yutzi, opens up some space for the Yetis that they need. Almost a great shot there as well. Some technical whiff going on in the field right now. Caden opening up some space for his team. And Don't Take My Rock looking for a 50. Will get one, but it's not on target. No you. Now on the wall. Great pass there. Almost a really good shot there. But instead, ball is back in the corner of the Yetis. Sorry, the Camels. And Buddha now clearing it out. This might be the end of game 3 as a sweep.
They got 10 seconds to make something happen. That last offensive pressure, there was really nothing to it. It kept dying in the corner. With 1 second left, can they keep it up?
Almost, and they can't. Oh my gosh, that was so close. That's a shame. That's a real shame.
That's a heartbreaker, because, I mean, you saw it too, right? They had everyone on the defense beat. Someone's just got to punch that on net, but such an awkward angle to try and flick that in and crossbar and down. And the Camels with a 3-0 sweep.
And indeed, and if you are on the Yetis right now, you might be a GM. What are you saying to them right now? What do they need to improve on to come back in the rest of the season?
You know, I think the big difference maker in that game, it felt like when the Yetis finally got going, they were winning challenges and they were really, controlling the ball, it felt like, right? You know, time of possession is a stat that really isn't covered in Rocket League, but I feel like it sounds very basic to say, but you can't win if you don't have the ball, right? It felt like when the Camels had the ball, it felt so versatile, right? How many times did they go off the backboard? How many times did they go for demos, things like that? Whereas the Yetis, it didn't really come to fruition until they started getting those bumps, until they, started landing demos.
And we're going to take a short break here. When we come back,